Hey there, it's Halloween, a perfect time of year to tell scary stories. And I, Zak Wolf, have got a scary story for you. You see, you know that nor'easter that hit my area Tuesday evening into Wednesday morning? Well, late that night, around 1:10 a.m., we lost electricity in my area due to the wind blowing down a tree that brought down the power lines and broke a telephone pole, messing up the electrical network all around here. I remember when the power initially went out, I was asleep in my room with all the lights off, and so I didn't realize we had no power until I noticed my white noise machine wasn't running. So I booted up my iPhone to check the time, only to be bummed that it was only 1:15 a.m. I had only been asleep for a short amount of time. Oh. But at least I was able to fall back asleep a while after. That day, Wednesday, was my day off due to the storm. And so for quite a while there wasn't much for me to do without electricity. Fortunately, as I mentioned before, my M1 MacBook Air's battery life is really excellent when used wisely. So first I booted it up around 12 noon just to do some web browsing and instant messaging. And I was able to make that possible by hooking my iPhone up to the Air, tethering it, so I could get online via the cellular network. It's noticeably slower than when using an actual Wi-Fi network, but it will be fine. I just have to be patient. Plus, it keeps the phone charged as well. Two birds with one stone. And with no electricity, we couldn't cook anything or get anything out of the refrigerator. And we couldn't do laundry or take a shower. We made it through that first day fine, though. And I also had my power brick here. The same one I'd usually take to conventions and whatnot to charge at my phone. It was already all charged up when I last brought to Fiat Expo Boston almost 2 months ago. So I let the whole family use it to charge up their phones, tablets, etc. Thursday and Friday were easier for me because I was able to go to work those days. Yes, believe it or not, I actually really wanted to go to work during this emergency. And since my workplace in Berkeley had electricity restored beforehand, I was able to bring my MacBook Air and the power brick and let them charge as I worked. How ingenious is that? But since we couldn't use the refrigerator at home, I could prepare my own lunches to bring to work. So in those 2 days, I'd have to go into town during my lunch break and pick up something to eat, which wasn't all too bad. By Friday, we had to clean out the refrigerator due to everything practically spoiling or melting and whatnot. During that day, we were getting more anxious for the power to be restored, but positive that we could pull through this together, and we all helped each other out. To help, the electrical crew had come to our neighborhood to clean things up and start working on restoring power that evening. But it took quite a while. By Saturday morning, they finally got around to fixing a sagging power line on our street. And so this meant I had to miss my Saturday morning cartoons. And I was running out of clean laundry to wear. And since I didn't have work that day, I decided to go to the public library where they offered electronic charging services during this emergency to charge up my MacBook Air and our PowerBook for a while. Plus, when driving around to or from work or any other errands, I could always plug my iPhone into my car to charge it, so that would help. I spent a good chunk of the morning at the library, and then afterwards I grabbed some lunch, gassed up my car, and headed for home, where the line workers were nearly finished with the job. Ultimately, a little after 2 p.m., the power came back on, and we were so overjoyed. We were finally able to warm up the house, take showers, and start laundry and restock the refrigerator. And now I can get back into full swing for the Halloween season, decorating the garage for the trick-or-treaters tonight. So yes, this scary story does have a happy ending. But that's because we were all prepared and we all kept together and helped each other out and thought positive during such an emergency. And since today is still Halloween, I'm still going to get ready for the witching hour. Hope you all have a good Halloween.